Hello there, I'm Sherry, and welcome to Home, Help, and Heart. Well, the last thing I did was a brand review of a foot company, right? A shoe company called Ortho Feet. And, I got to thinking, well, there are other products that I have a fuller product line on. Maybe I should do that with some other things. So I decided I would. So today's brand review is going to be on Lumē. Lumē, as you may or may not know, this is the brand name, is a cream deodorant company. It was developed by a gynecologist, and it is cream deodorant that you can literally wear anywhere. And I mean anywhere. Well, we'll get to that. In my particular case, we'll get to that. Okay, so what I have are 4 Lumē products. 3 Lumē products, 2 of 1. If I remember correctly, there is only one other product that I don't have, and that is the stick deodorant. And I already like my deodorant, and I like the cream that I've been using, so I didn't get that. But I think I have just about everything else. So let's start with the first thing I ever bought. I was watching Facebook one day, and the 10,000th Lumē ad came on, and I went, let me just try it. How bad could it be? So I think I went on Amazon and bought it, and a lot of the reviews talked about it smelling kind of funky. So I thought, well, let me try a fragrance that I would really like. And so the first thing I got was the deodorant for underarms and private parts. It's called In Clean Tangerine. When I first got it, I was like, okay. Now I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me at all. But in the beginning, I was like, where's the tangerine? Because, well, let me talk first about this. What it is and why it is. Okay? So a lot of deodorants are about stopping the odor after it's already started. Lumē is about stopping it from ever starting, keeping it from ever starting. So you put the Lumē on the body parts that you want taken care of, and it stops that bacteria from growing. It pH balances your skin, and therefore bacteria can't grow in that particular pH. So that's what it's about. So I got this product initially, and I've talked about this briefly before when I did some of my favorite things maybe 3 months ago. This is the only product I had at that time, and I was using it. I'm a little on the chunky side, although I've lost almost 12 pounds on Noom so far. And I was having a problem where my lower belly, because I have multiples, where my lower belly sits on the tops of my thighs, especially in the heat. And it has been brutal here, as it has been many places, I'm told. I really was having a problem with the scent in the beginning, because here again, it does not smell like any other deodorant. It's got stuff in it that is going to balance your pH, and therefore it has its own smell. And then they put it out in different flavors. But what I will tell you was, I was not happy with this. I used it and it worked, but I was not super happy with it. So then I went back and I looked at the other flavors. I always say flavors instead of scents. And unfortunately, some of the scents were really bold scents. I don't know, peony and other stuff like that. And y'all know I am so fragrance sensitive. There was no way I was going to get any of that. And then I saw warm vanilla and I was like, shoo, finally. So then I got the same exact product in warm vanilla. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. Yes, it still has that same base smell, but the vanilla comes through so much more than the tangerine did. I mean, you couldn't even tell there was tangerine smell. The vanilla comes through really well, and I will tell you the base smell, to me, it smells a little bit between, maybe that's because it's vanilla, suntan lotion and eucalyptus. And I think one of the things I said when I was talking about it originally as one of my favorite new things is that I said eucalyptus and I don't get along. And but like I said, I've gotten used to it. It's not that bad. I've gotten used to it. So so you just take a little bit, depending on the body part you're putting it on. I usually only use about that much. And then I'll rub it between my hands, and I'll just put it in my crease that's between my belly and my hips. We all have one, but some of ours is a little more pronounced because we're heavy. And then I saw another Lumē commercial, and they started talking about feet. And I thought, oh my God, I've got these sweaty feet, so let me find something. And I mean, let me use it out there. So I started using it on my feet. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you have feet that tend to be sweaty or stinky, you are going to fall in love. I almost guarantee it. I can't believe what it's done for me. So, and sometimes in the summertime, I've read that a lot of ladies use it under the ladies. And so I kind of started doing that too. The next product I got was that I wanted to try, in the same video where I was talking about this as one of my favorite things, I was talking about a package of wipes called, I think, Good Wipes. And so, well, it turns out Lumē has their own wipes. And so you figure if it's got that same stuff in it, that whatever you clean with it is going to then not smell. So I don't even remember noticing the smell in these. Oh no, it smells completely different. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just have stuff in to clean. Use externally anywhere you have odor and wish you didn't. Do not use on broken or irritated skin. Flushable, I haven't tested that yet. Biodegradable, septic safe, vegan, cruelty free. So yeah, I love these because I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I'm retired and I'm pretty much of a homebody except for when I'm volunteering, which I've been doing a lot this summer. So, I don't always shower every single day because I'm not going anywhere, especially since the pandemic. Forget about it. So these are great to just pop one out and just clean up a little bit. So then, more recently, I'm going to say maybe only 3 weeks ago, I got the acidified body wash. I thought, well, what better way to go than to just start by washing your body and get the protection right there. Well, here's the issue. I have severely dry skin, as many of you know. The first time I used this, I used it exactly like what I have normally used in the shower is Eucerin's shower oil. It's an oil, and I have this little doohickey. It's silicone with nubbies on it, and I would put my oil in there and rub it around and then, wash. And so I did the exact same thing with this. Well, the next day, or maybe even later that day, I was like, and I was itching, and I didn't think back to this because I had just started using it. And then later that day, I was itching more and itching more, and the next day I was itching more. And the only thing it could be is this, because that's what I showered with. So, it may be fine for you. It may be fine for 90% of people. But for me, it wasn't. And I'm telling you, I use heavy duty lotion when I get out of the shower. I go head to toe with Eucerin, the full deal, the real heavy stuff that most people can't even use. So for that to go in less than 24 hours to me itching, yeah, no. Okay, let's see. This is it says acidified body wash powered by mandelic acid. I'm not familiar with that. pH optimized. Holy crap, Oli, I need my glasses. Tiny type. Eliminates odor reactions, promotes healthy skin. So what then I started to do was use my oil, my Eucerin oil, on my whole body except for the parts that had a little bit of an odor issue. And so then I used this. Well, that went okay. The only thing I will say, just make sure you're staying outside the body. That's the only thing I will say. And it does say for outside the body. So we'll stick with that. So like I said, I've only had this about 3 weeks. I've used it like maybe 3 times because after a while I was getting too dry, so I went back to Eucerin full time. Then I'm trying this again, not everywhere, but in those places. So yeah. So in summary, it is all about stopping the odor before it starts and pH balancing your skin and optimizing your skin chemistry. I 100% believe it does what it says it does. And the only problem I have had is with this when I used it all over and it really dried me out. And that was not a hot shower, by the way. I love me some hot showers, but in the summer I tend to take cool showers, cool to lukewarm showers. So yeah, I wasn't dry because of hot water. It was this. And then the only other problem I've had is with this. One time I accidentally did not stay outside the body, and let's just say, stay outside the body. Okay. So if you've seen those Facebook ads over and over and over again, and you're like, does this stuff really do what it's supposed to do? It does. And it lasts, I believe they say it will last up to 72 hours if you're not a shower every day person. I don't push it to that limit much, but you can. And I did a couple of weeks, maybe close to a month ago. I was really sick. And I didn't shower for several days. And yeah, I was fine. So yeah, it does what it does. You may like the smell of your fragrances. I do not. Out of these two, warm vanilla wins by 15 miles. Because this, all I get is the base smell, and I don't get the tangerine. But this, I really smell vanilla before I smell the base smell. So that's great. And oh, by the way, this, I started by saying it doesn't smell like the base smell. I would say cucumber. You know how like cucumber water that you like a spritz? That's what it smells like. Okay. Take care. Be well and always be yourself. And I was thinking I have one more. Oh, yes, I have one more brand review I want to do. You may not even have heard of it. I discovered it while Instacarting for Fresh Market, which is our version of like a Whole Foods. It's a step down from Whole Foods, but we don't have a Whole Foods. So, and that is HU chocolates. It is natural chocolate. It's organic. It's vegan. Um, really good stuff. I mean, there is no crap in it. And therefore, I've got a couple of things on order that should be arriving soon. I've already had two different kinds of the bars. I've had four different kinds of the cookies. Excuse me. And I just put an order in for the crackers, which I have not had, and that way I'll be able to give you, the whole, a nice rounded view. Okay, take care. Be well, and always be yourself. Please do. Bye bye.